Working with more and more foreign companies, one of the things that we are seeing is that the foreign companies, they want to hire employees here in Serbia without setting a business up here in Serbia. However, there is some caveats when it comes to that. Because the employees are still living in Serbia, tax residents of Serbia, they have to get their taxes done, they have to have their payroll done properly. And so what are the ways that you can work around that? And that is called an employer on record. And that is something that we are able to offer here at Relocation Serbia without a foreign company actually setting up a business here. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So Serbia has a very good workforce when it comes to certain industries here. However, some companies are not looking to establish a business here, say that they are already in a tax-friendly country and they do not want to come to Serbia. So such as Dubai, they have a 9% corporate income tax rate there, which is a little bit better than the 15% corporate tax rate here in Serbia. Regardless, that still is much lower than what many other countries offer. However, regardless of the reasons of not looking to set up business here in Serbia, but still wanting to employ employees here out of Serbia, there is a way that you can do that, and that is called an employer of record. And so this is someone that a foreign company hires here in Serbia, and they are able to do the day-to-day tasks with the employee that they're hiring and making sure that the company and the employee is still paid and taken care of when it comes to legal matters and tax reasons here in Serbia. So they're going to look at the legal and HR stuff when it comes to contracts, taxes, payroll, benefits, and compliance, and without actually setting up a business here. So for instance, the foreign company, they would choose, for instance, Relocation Serbia. Typically, this is done with our office out of Belgrade, where we can do this. We have a full team in Belgrade that has bookkeepers, tax advisors, HR compliance officers, and you hire us there, and what we are able to do is find the employees that you need or that you'd like to hire, and we hire them through the company here in Serbia. We get them to do the tasks that you require for your foreign company here in Serbia, but then we manage all the other paperwork, so the benefits, the taxes, the legal contracts, all the compliance matters here, and there's simply one invoice that goes between the company here in Serbia that's employing the Serbian employees here and the foreign company. The employees in Serbia does the actual job and follows the instructions of the foreign company and what they're looking to execute. And the EOR is technically the boss here in Serbia. And so you still stay in compliance here in Serbia without actually having to set up a branch or a new business here in Serbia. And so what is this not? So this is not an outsourcing your business work to the EOR. The EOR doesn't build your product or answer your customers. Your employee does those tasks for you. The EOR just simply keeps everything legal and compliant. And so you'd still have direct contact with your employee. The foreign company would have meetings or whatever it is with the employee. The EOR simply does all the back end work as a business when it comes to handling those matters. And so how is this structured with the legal footing? Serbia regulates this model through the law on agency employment. So in practice, the EOR is licensed temporary employment agency or works via a licensed local partner, which our office in Belgrade actually does. The agency is the employer, and it assigns the employee to work for the user, which is the foreign company. Employees must get equal treatment to comparable direct hires. So what that essentially means is that they are in compliance with the Serbian rules and regulations as any other employee is. However, the EOR just manages that back end stuff here for the foreign company. The agencies must be properly licensed and registered. Operating without a license can be they can be fined. And so the office out of Belgrade, we are licensed and regulated, and we have the proper activity codes in order to do this type of work. If you're looking for any other companies out there to do this type of work, make sure that they are licensed and regulated, because this could be a huge disadvantage and put your employee at risk, the company here at risk, and potentially get into some sort of lawsuits as well, which I don't wish on anybody to get into when it comes with that. Now, the core labor rules still apply, the standard 40-hour work week, and there are caps on overtime. The EOR would ensure that the contract and payroll is respected to the limits. And so what flows between the foreign company and the EOR? There is going to be a service agreement, set fees and guarantees that all IPs is assigned to you. The employment contract, so between the EOR and the employees, are up to par with local and within Serbian law compliance. Which means salary, hours, leave, notices, benefits, all those other things. And typically what we do here as an EOR is that we have a monthly invoicing, so which is going to cover the salary plus the employer costs. So you're going to pay out what you're paying to the employee. And of course, there's going to be an additional cost for us to maintain the back end as the EOR here. And then the EOR then pays the employee and authorities that when it comes to their taxes. So to put this in layman's terms, a foreign company is going to pay the EOR. The EOR is going to pay the employee that is working for the foreign company. That is the basis of that structure here. And so this works very well for businesses that want to test out the waters here in Serbia. They want to see what kind of workers they have here, what kind of business activity is here in certain sectors, and before they're looking to set up the business here, or if they just want to stay in their current country with their current tax structure there, but still have their foot in the door here in Serbia, which I think is a fantastic thing. And a lot more companies are taking us upon this type of business structure and our services here. And we're happy to do so, because not only one is that we're already licensed for this type of business, but we have a pool of employees that we can reach out to that are in various industries. We have a lot of connections within here in Serbia, which is one of the hardest things for a lot of businesses looking to set up here in Serbia, is finding the correct contacts, finding the correct people to work with, which of course we can do that. But once you're ready to go and you know, have your business moving forward, you want to do things on your own. And you know, it's not as cut and dry here as some other countries, especially if you're used to some rules and regulations in your home country, and now you need to deal with completely new rules and regulations here in Serbia. So the EOR method completely removes that friction. You simply work with a company that knows all the rules and regulations here. hires the employees that are up to your standards, and then you can operate here, have employees in Serbia, so while still maintaining your foreign company. If this is something that you're interested in doing, feel free to reach out to us and set up a consultation with us, and we can get into more discussion, more detailed processes, and a custom plan for your business setting up an EOR here in Serbia.